So, we are here today to talk about your new short film, Synthesize Me, which is about a young girl who connects with her late mother through her synthesizers, inadvertently causing a blackout in her town. So, my first question is, what was the inspiration behind this story? And do you play the synthesizers yourself? Did the inspiration start there, or where did you come at this story from?
Yeah, no, I do play the synthesizers myself, so there's definitely that component of it that was already in my mind. I've always wanted to tell a story that had weight through synthesizers, but I couldn't really find, the right pieces to the puzzle. And so the story about, the girl and her father is I would say a personal allegory, something that I've, that I took from my personal life, but also traveling through Mexico gave me the last piece of the puzzle, which is just the sheer fact that electricity systems there are a little unstable and but also charming in a way. But that kind of really made me see that this would be the perfect arena to tell this story in, as the electricity serves as a metaphor for their relation, and kind of hilariously on a grand scope, as you've seen, kind of hilariously, creates this a big event where, that serves as a metaphor for all the lights going out in their relationship.
And there are some very impressive shots in Synthesize Me. Like, how did you, I mean, I don't know what kind of budget you were working with here, but how did you accomplish like the sequence where, there are like the sparks going down the wires and then the whole town blacks out? How did you go about getting that?
Yeah, technically it wasn't that difficult. And I mean, it was definitely, hard work and required craft, but it's very much it's visual effects. So what we did is basically kind of without lights, quite naturally shot that shot where you see all the lights going out. It's just compositing. It's just, painting out all the lights in the distance. So and a lot of the film, the reason that it was more doable is that we shot on stick. So we shot a lot on tripod, which makes the shots a little bit more easy to handle for VFX. And then the explosions, those were real explosions. That's real rigging there for real effects guys putting those sparks in there. But we only had two, so we had two takes to do it, and so there was a lot of rehearsal because otherwise it would have been way too expensive. We didn't have a huge budget, so it's a short film. So yeah, you have to rehearse it a lot and then hope for the best.
Do you have any advice for filmmakers out there, maybe looking to get their own projects off the ground, and maybe they're looking to get to South by Southwest someday? What advice would you have for them?
Yeah, I mean, a cliche one, but just very much the truth is just do it. Don't wait. You're never going to be ready. There's no perfect time where all the ingredients of your film and your script and like everything is going to be in a perfect, like it doesn't exist. Like no one has that. So you at some point you just have to take the plunge and just do it, as long as you know that at the heart of the story, there's a truth that you want to, have hit people with at the potentially end of your film, and engineer the entire film to make that hit as clear and deep as possible. And then the other thing I would say is yeah, I've met and I have gone through the same. I've met a lot of filmmakers that have a hard time opening themselves up and like have a hard time being vulnerable, which is very hard and it takes courage to do so. But you will be rewarded because your instincts are is what makes you you, and definitely lean into them, and that's specific to you, and I think that's really important to always remember when making a film.
With Synthesize Me making waves at South by Southwest, what's next for you? I know you've done a bunch of short films before. Do you have another short, or what are you working on right now?
Yeah, I haven't actually done a short film before like this, like a narrative short film purely, but so for me it's really this first time doing this, and now I feel like as much as I love the film, I kind of want to explore something at the complete opposite of the spectrum. So I've written another short that is more psychological horror, and is quite very different from Synthesize Me. So I'm very excited to put my teeth into that and like have it made hopefully this year. And then, yeah, there's been talk about, trying to develop these characters into a feature length for Synthesize Me, which I'm interested in, I'm open to, but we need to figure out, is there meat on the bone? I don't want to make a film, that runs out of gas in Act Two. So there's definitely some things that we have to see, but I definitely think, I want to spend time with these characters for 90 minutes or more. I think that's a possibility. So a couple of things and something in development in the Netherlands as well.